Welcome to this new industry best practice guide on fire stopping of service penetrations. The guide was produced in collaboration with ASFP, BISA, BISRIA, FIS, GPDA, and with additional support from FSI, Rockwell, and Warrington Fire. I'm going to talk to you about why we produced this guide, how we developed it, and I'm going to talk you through some of the key points from the guide. Why? Well, there are many examples of why we needed a guide. These slides clearly show bad installation, awful design, and no thought that's gone into the fire stopping of this. This is obviously wrong, but not all non-compliant fire stopping looks non-compliant. Breaches in compartmentation contributed to the spread of smoke, fumes and the fire at Lakanal House, where 6 people lost their lives. The fire at Grenfell Tower and the subsequent report from Dame Judith Hackett has made the industry look again at what it does. Dame Judith has seen this guide and said that the guide was an example of collaborative working. We think it's a good example of not waiting to be told what to do. We started by holding a workshop in November 2018. And we asked 5 key questions. What are your biggest problems? Why do they keep occurring? What needs to change? How can we make these changes? What does good look like? We summarized all of the answers that we got to these questions together and then looked at how we could answer those questions in a structured way in the guide itself. When we produced the guide and the drafts, each one went through a series of peer reviews to ensure there was rigor in the content. We developed 9 golden rules, and I'll run through these as I go through the presentation. And importantly, where we could, we aligned them to the RIBA plan of work. So Golden Rule 1 is ensure an early engagement with fire stopping manufacturers and specialist installers, i.e. don't wait until there's a service opening that requires fire stopping to think about the fire stopping. Defining responsibility early is crucial. Collaboration is key to success. Responsibility for the design sits with the designers, but can inadvertently be with the contractor without knowing that they've taken it on by putting forward alternatives without getting approval from the designer. Golden Rule 2, review the fire strategy documents and fire strategy plans in conjunction with the M&E specifications. Golden Rule 3, identify all of the service types passing through the compartment floor or wall, including any insulation products, and establish the space required to install the fire stopping around the services. It's essential that everyone in the team sees and understands the fire strategy. Consulting engineers should consider penetration seals and not rely on the contractor's design portion. This is to avoid the design of the penetration seal being considered too late. In this slide, the services were designed 100 copper pipes with insulation, but no consideration of how this could be fire stopped. The services should be designed in conjunction with the penetration. 3. Spatial coordination, and Golden Rule 4. Follow the design process for penetration seals. These are well designed and installed services, but there appears that no consideration has been made on how to achieve a compliant fire stopping because there's a mixture of ducts, pipes, cables and services in the same opening, and there's no approved fire stopping for these configurations. The guide contains 34 questions, 7 about the support, 3 about the aperture, and 24 about the service. Four, technical design. Golden Rule 5. Only use third-party certified products. Golden Rule 6. Ideally use one supplier throughout. Golden Rule 7. Ask for the evidence of compliancy. The guide contains an easy-to-understand flowchart to help select products. EN 1366 Part 3 Penetration Test. Note the supports within 500 ml of the test sample. This may impact how you design the supports to comply with the test evidence. These are the alternative routes to third-party certification. All of them contain risks. It's not possible to test all possible configurations, so the ASFP technical note provides more guidance on producing technical evaluations. Manufacturing and construction. Golden Rule 8, use third-party installers. Golden Rule 9, implement an inspection plan. Set up a sample area for benchmarking and toolbox talks. Look for evidence from the supplier on the correct construction details for the opening and installation of the fire stopping. Take site images of a completed fire stopping and file them as evidence. This is taken from the case study produced by N.G. Bailey on the University of Manchester project. The case study is included as an annex in the guide. If we summarise this, fire stopping of service penetrations need to be considered early. A collaborative approach and early selection of fire stopping products enables standard details to be incorporated at the design stage. It's essential that responsibilities are agreed for every stage. Defining project fire stopping rules and critical dimensions proved valuable in this case, and a single authority responsible for passive fire stopping was key. Our next stages will be to produce specific training alongside this guide that we hope to publish sometime next year. Please read the guide, please share it, please use it. It is available on all of the trade associations' website and on the FIS website here. Thank you for listening.